Welcome, folks, to Latino Talk TV. We broadcast from the beautiful HMS studios in the heart of the East End. Want to welcome, thanks everybody for coming out, for being here today and tuning us in. And don't adjust your sets. We have Ben Mendez locked up in a closet somewhere. So we won't let him out until after the show. So you got yours truly, Javier Perez, and I got a couple of great guest hosts today, of course, Mr. Jumpin' Jess Rodriguez.
Hey, Javier.
Jumpin' Jess, it's great to have him. And this gentleman here, I love to call him the Harvey Keitel of Latino cinema. You know Harvey Keitel, look at Pulp Fiction, look at The Wolf. That's Harvey Keitel. Mr. Lupe Cáceres, it's great to have you here, Lupe.
Thank you, Javier. Thanks for inviting us.
Today.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Man, we got a great show planned for you today. We're going to be talking about film and some of the film projects going around the Latino community in Houston, and talk about some of the projects coming up. We're going to be talking a little bit about TBH, Jess. And,
we got a lot of great things happening.
Great things happening at TBH. And if you don't know, Mr. Jumpin' Jess is the new chairman at TBH.
Thank you, Javier.
He's bringing a lot of contacts, a lot of good things happening to TBH.
A lot of good ideas, a lot of just trying to. It's a gym, like they call it, the gym of the East End. It's a cultural arts theater for those that don't know about it, and we're just doing a lot more. We got a lot more events coming up. We got a film festival coming up. We just had a Latino film festival, and they sold out. I have to congratulate the Cortez family and David Cortez and all the students at the University of Houston that made it happen. It was over the Easter weekend, and
it was David, and Pedro.
Yeah.
I can't think of their last names, but those guys did a heck of a job.
Yeah.
The Latino Film Festival that we had over the Easter weekend was a huge success.
And then we had the American Soldier. We had a Puerto Rican actor come in from New York City to perform a one-act play.
That was a fantastic show.
Yeah, I got to see it on the opening night, and Javier, my hats off to you for bringing it down and making it happen. I think a lot of the veterans really loved it. It was a great show.
It's
something different. I've never seen a one-act show, but one man show, and he did a great job. I gotta say, Douglas did a great job.
Douglas was raised here in Houston. I think in
he said he went to Dobie High School.
Dobie High School. That's right. He went to Dobie High School. So he grew up on the South Side and been in New York performing there for about 12, 15 years now. So it was good. He said it was good to get home. And I tell you, our American Soldier show went up against the Final Four weekend.
Oh yeah,
went up against Pitbull and Florida.
Also, they had the
Maroon 5.
Yeah, and also the Shell Open was going on at the same time.
That's right. But you know what? We
held our own. We held our own.
It worked out. It was good. It was good having those guys here.
Oh yeah, it was good. And it seems like something's always happening at TBH, and just so you need to go to our website. It's tbhcenter.org. And get on our mailing list and find out what's going on. We'll email you, once or twice a week, let you know what's happening out there. We got a great Cinco de Mayo event coming up on Friday, May 6th. We're doing, we got a folklorico group, we got a mariachi group, and then all over in California, we're bringing the Cali Cowboy himself, Mr. Jorge Moreno. If you get a chance, go to our Facebook for TBH, or you also just go to our website. You'll see the poster and the flyer. Good-looking guy, does Tejano and country, and a good crossover. Like they say, the best of both worlds. The guy's got some roots in Monterrey, Mexico. His parents, and like himself, were farm workers, and he came up, got educated, and he loves Tejano music. He loves the country music, and he's doing the best of both. He's kind of like our Tejano George Strait,
Yeah, so. I tell you, he's a good-looking guy too.
Yeah, very good-looking guy.
There are so few of us. Jess.
I know. We got to open up our own magazine.
I tell you, man. We got a TQ, Tejano Quarterly.
Tejano Quarterly. Tejano cute. I like that.
But I tell you, and hopefully we'll be able to get George on the air here. We're gonna have him call in. Maybe talk to him about his event coming up.
And then he's going to be doing this the following Saturday. He's going to be at the Selena Fest, or they call it the. I'm trying to think of the name of it. The Fiesta del Florida. I'm sorry. And that's going to be.
That's the one in Corpus, right?
Corpus, right?
Yeah.
They got Ramon Ayala, La Mafia, David Lee Gaddis, Ruben Ramos. They got some great shows out there. And then he goes up Sunday up to Billy Bob's with another big Cinco de Mayo festival.
That's in Fort Worth, right?
Fort
Billy
Worth,
Bob's?
right? Yeah.
That's the big place, Billy Bob's.
Oh man, that's huge. Just like the old Gillies of here, Pasadena. So he's going to be out there performing too. So he's got his little Texas tour going on. So real happy, real proud of him. So.
Well, you know, maybe we need to go out there like be his bodyguards.
Oh yeah,
what do you think about
I think so. Keep all the women away.
Yeah, I'm good at keeping women away. Okay, ladies, please. It's gonna be good to have Jorge in Texas. Now, did he performed at the Tejano Fan Fair, didn't he?
Right.
A few weeks back.
Yeah. Well, not actually.
San Antonio.
Last year he performed. This year he was just out doing autographs and interviews.
Yeah.
But the year before he was in Las Vegas for the Las Vegas Tejano Music Convention.
Yeah.
And he was the one of the headlining acts on that Saturday. So did another great job there. So hit home run.
Yeah, well, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, Jorge has a great voice.
Right.
He has a great voice, and he's new to the Texas market. But you know, look him up on Google him, Googlealo, and Jorge's a great talent. He's going to do very well here in Texas. So we can hardly wait to have him.
Just to let you know, there is another Jorge Moreno, but he's Cuban. And he does more Latin pop, but this is, you need to go into Jorge Moreno Tejano or Jorge Moreno Country, and you can find him. He's got the cowboy hat.
He got the cleft chin.
And
he got the Kirk Douglas chin, you know.
And then also the cowboy hat all the time. So
it's gonna be good. It'll be good to talk to Jorge.
Oh yeah.
But I tell you, Justin, we got a lot of stuff happening in Houston.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about some current events here.
Well, the Astros is exciting. We're excited about the Astros.
Man, you know what? They started a little rough, 2-4. They're 2-4 right now. Had a rough weekend in Milwaukee and in New York, but their home opener is just a few minutes away.
Yeah, well, they won their opening game at the Yankees,
Yep.
So they won that game. I think it was 4-2. And so everybody's excited at that. And then I think Correa hit like 2 home runs in that game or something like that.
I think Correa hit his first 3 games, hit home runs.
Yeah, so he's doing well. And you know that Sports Illustrated picked the Houston Astros to win the whole deal.
No, that's a kiss of death. That's a kiss of death.
Hopefully not.
When Sports Illustrated does that to you, hopefully not. But yeah, you know what? But it's gonna be fun to see baseball in Houston finally again after years and years.
And if you get a chance, pick up that copy. It just came out this month. For the Houston Astros to be on the cover. So that's going to be a collector's item, Javier. So everybody needs to go buy them a copy of that.
You know, you're right. I need to go get a couple of copies of those.
Yeah.
Put it with my Superman, dies in my safe at home. I got a copy of that. Superman died.
Give it to your grandchildren or, as a good little present. That'll be a nice little collector's item.
I tell you. What about those Rockets, Jess?
Well, they're still hanging in there.
Yeah, I mean, what's going to happen there? They need help, don't they? They need other teams to lose for them to get in.
They're not even 500 yet. I mean, they're like 2 games from 500, and they still got a chance to get in the playoffs.
Holy smokes!
So, but the exciting thing is that the Golden State Warriors tied the Chicago Bulls in the most games won in a season. So if they win, I think tonight, then they'll pass up the Michael Jordan and that Bulls record for the most games won in a season. So
you know what? I tell you, that Seth Curry is amazing. I was at TBH last night. I'm sorry, yesterday around noon. They have church services at TBH, the Elevate Church, with Brandon Barber, Mike Barber have their church there services on Sunday morning, and they had a guest pastor come in, and he talked for about 5 minutes about the scouting report on this young man, and it talked about how he was too short, he was too slow. I thought he didn't have that the ganas to play NBA basketball. Right. He came, they wasn't good on defense. Everything you could possibly say bad about a guy, they said about Seth Curry. Wow. And at the end about the pastor says, and you know who this person is? Seth Curry.
Wow.
Seth Curry, and all the scouting reports said he couldn't make it.
They said things about Shaquille O'Neal too. I heard a story about that.
Really?
Yeah.
At 7 foot, 7 foot, whatever he was.
He was clumsy. He was awkward. He didn't have any muscle. Didn't have any weight. He was all bony. He couldn't move his feet.
Well, the only thing true is that he couldn't shoot a free throw. We all knew about that. We all knew about Shaquille doing that.
But now he's a multi-million-dollar player, sportscaster. So you never know what people always say is not necessarily true.
I tell you, man, it's amazing. What about politics, Jess?
Well, it's
Mr. Trump continues to fall.
Yeah, Cruz won the last 2. I forget what state it was that Cruz won and Bernie won.
Yeah.
And I want to say Colorado.
Wisconsin, something like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So. Boy, I tell you, it's going to be an exciting summer to see what happens at the Republican Party.
Oh yeah.
Going to see what happens with that. What they're going to happen. They're going to have a contested convention, which I don't think they've had since what, the 30s or something like that. It's been 70, 80 years they've had a contested a convention like that, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
You know who's making the money, Javier?
Who's that?
The Mexican people out there. They're making Trump masks. I read that somewhere.
And Trump piñatas.
They're making some money, brother. They said they're making big bucks.
Lupe, you don't want none of this, man? You don't want none of this Trump stuff? Come on,
I'm okay. I'll pass.
Another thing Javier was just kind of mentioned to me, I felt like calling my good friend Ben. Another thing that's happened, I was listening to the radio, and they had a black man's summit up in Akron, Ohio. Have you ever heard of a Hispanic men's summit? Not that I have. Have you ever heard of anything?
No, I've never heard of Hispanic men's summit.
They had inspirational speakers, guys from CNN and CBS and all the big, Travis Smiley and all these people came in to talk about, being a black man and, standing up for yourself and getting an education, taking responsibility for yourself, being a good father.
Well, I'm telling you, Jess, I'm all for that.
We need to do something like that.
Absolutely.
They had a child, a student as young as 8 years old to a gentleman that was 70 years old that registered. And 1,500 men showed up at that university for that event over the weekend.
Wow.
Well, I said, wow, that's heavy. So why don't we have things like that out here?
Well,
there is a
that's a good question, Jeff.
There's a male initiative program. They call it a male initiative, Latino male initiative program. I think the coordinator of it is in Galena Park. He's into education. It's not that big yet, but it's. I think from the educational perspective, school involvement, that is very necessary, because anytime you call a meeting, parental involvement meeting, you will have the vast majority of women. And where are the men? Absent.
Exactly.
The absent father is the male.
Well, you know what? And a lot of times, it's not that they're absent, Lupe. It's our culture, man. They're out there al moment trabajando. They got time. You know how our dads grew up.
Yeah, no, it has a lot of. There's a lot of.
I don't know if I could say it. And they were at the you know what le the you know what le. I don't know if you could say that on English TV
correct.
But yeah, I mean, our dads are always working.
Well, it has a lot to do with culture and economics, but nevertheless. Here's the problem. The problem, once you get into the dynamics of the impact of the absence of the male, see, what's happening there is that the women begin to take the majority of the role in the house, and this male guy, becomes irrelevant in the family. I mean, he doesn't play a role, right? Yeah. And the problem is, when you pose that question to the women, they obviously, feel the pain because the guys need it. But then at the very end, I mean, that's contributing to a lot to the divorce rate among Latinos as well. But here's the problem. The root cause, which is a little bit of machismo and so on, is being perpetuated by the women a lot of times, because they deal with the male children different than they do with the little girls. You see what I mean? The little girl is out there watching and helping in the broom, and the little boy, he's out in the.
You touch on these aspects in your program.
Padres con Poder, obviously, yeah.
Padres con Poder, you actually
very important issue right now. So in order, we have a session every day, every week, right, at Talento Bilingüe on Thursday morning.
Yeah.
We have a group of parents that are coming in on their own, volunteers, and those are some of the topics that we discuss. And
now, but it's all moms, though, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what
it's all the moms.
The first male that began, joined us last week.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, because some of the strategies that we talk about is how to involve the male. How are we going to integrate this guy back into the family functioning?
That's important.
But that male initiative is very important. I mean, it's very important. I think we should do something about it.
Absolutely. That sounds like some project.
I know.
The male initiative project.
Who are we going to call?
We'll call Ghostbusters somebody. I don't know. But you know what?
Mythbusters.
He called Ben. Tell Ben start the ball rolling.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what they're saying, that there's a lot of black myths out there that they, you know, and I guess there's again Hispanic myths or that are, you know, Hispanics don't go to college and Hispanics are most of them are in jail, or you know, those are the
1 in 5 Latinos are in jail. 1 in 3 blacks are now in jail.
Wow.
We have more prisoners now in the United States than China and Russia put together.
Wow.
You know what? And probably the biggest myth of all.
What's that?
Is that we're all from Mexico, like we all got here.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, I'm third generation Tejano.
Me too.
You know, and I remember when I went to Washington D.C. with my dad. My dad got a medal from the Korean government. He was a decorated Korean veteran, and I had a U.S. Army colonel, educated man, a colonel. I mean, you know, these guys are educated. They're smart people. And he asked me, he goes, well, where are you from? And he could not understand. I kept telling him, well, I'm from Houston. Well, yeah, before that. Well, I was born in L.A. Well, before that. Well, my parents were born in Houston. He couldn't understand that we've been here for over 100 years.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? And I tried to tell him, you know, hey, we didn't cross the border. You know, the border crossed us, baby, you know. But they couldn't understand that.
Yeah,
I don't want to know where you're from in Mexico. Man, I haven't seen Mexico in 100 years, my family.
Yeah.
You know, so, and you know, they all think they're, you know, and a lot of them, they all think we all speak Spanish.
Yeah.
And most of us do, but a lot of our kids don't.
Like my
You know?
daughter Marisa, she had to do a family tree for school one year, and I went there. But on her mom's side, she's 6th generation Tejana, you know. And I said, wow, I don't know, because they got their roots in Yorktown and in that area, Victoria, Texas area, and that's where they grew up. So
Yeah.
you know, so and then her roots further go back to somewhere in Italy. So you know, that was like after on the 7th generation side. I said, wow, you know, it was amazing to me, you know, that you know we have Tejanos here that have been here 6, 7 generations.
You know, the tortillas and spaghetti, man, that's two of my favorite food groups right there.
But, you know,
well, we don't call it spaghetti, we call it fideo. Yeah, there you go. I'll tell you, just we haven't done that in a while. We need to do that again. But you know what, folks? And just we make sure, let me put a plug in for next week's show. We're going to have Rafael Acosta here.
Wow.
From owner of Meridas Restaurant. He's also going to, you know, he's a staunch Republican.
There's a lot of history there, man.
He's a staunch Republican. He's been a Republican most of his life, but I tell you one thing: when him and him, he's going to be debating Mr. Trump. You know, and you need to tune in to see how we're going to do that. I mean, of course.
What do you mean?
Donald Trump ain't going to be here, but we're gonna play some of the things he said about Latinos, and Mr. Acosta is gonna address those issues that he's brought up. So you know, he's you know, Rafael is, you know, he's one of the leading Latino Republicans, and you know, he ran for county judge a few years back, and almost came within the hair of taking that job. You know, so he has a lot of good things, a lot of great things to say about huge. It's going to be huge.
Wow.
About Donald Trump. You know, so we got to see that. You can please tune into that show next week.
Going to be interesting.
So you know what, folks? Why don't we go ahead and we're going to take a break in just a second. We're going to come back and talk about some of these film projects. Well. Lupe Casa's latest film project. We'll talk about that when we come back in a couple minutes. Welcome back to Latino Talk TV, the big soul sound of the big soul town, right, Jess, from your radio days? We want to welcome Miss Maria Lucy Garcia. I call you Lucy. It's hard for me to call you Maria Lucy because I grew up calling you Lucy. So, sure. But she is here today. She's executive director of the Cinefest, and the Cinefest. What am I? Film.
Latino Film Festival.
Film Festival. I'm sorry. Now you're adding music to the festival this year, right?
That's correct. When we started this project, the whole idea for the platform was to have the platform for local artists, talent that we have here on the film side. So we planned it out that on the third year we would incorporate the music part of it. So we're going on now, the end of the third year into the fourth. So the first, last year we did a little bit of the music, had a little award called the Accordeonista Teen. And this year we're going to continue with the music part of it. So, because it is part of our cultura, so.
Great. We're gonna talk about the Cinefest, Munifest, and Music Festival just a little bit, Film and Music Festival. But Lupe, I want to get back to your new project. Why don't you tell them what your project's all about?
Okay. Well, Beyond Dreams is a series, and it will focus on Latinos who reach a certain goal in life. You know, they do something extraordinary. And it could be anything. It could be a familial thing. It could be something in the community. It could be anything. This one story, our first story, focuses on a young man who was a boxer in Pasadena, and Emmanuel El Cabrito Zuniga has a very unique life, because this little boy, from what we gathered, he was born, and I know there's a contradiction between having been born or having an inherent potential to the development of a potential. I know there's two schools to that, but all the indications are that this little boy was born with this guerrero attitude. He was a fighter. I mean, there's a picture of him when he's like 1.5, and he already has his fist up like a boxer. And the thing is that his family, father and mother, did not want him to be a boxer, especially the mother. But somehow, he kept getting into fights at school. And, I met him when he was about 12 years old. And he was brought to our office because of disciplinary issues with the school and the courts. And so the father finally realized that he had to enroll him in a boxing gym, against the mother's will.
Now his dad was a boxer, wasn't he?
No,
his dad was not a boxer.
No, he was not a boxer, and that's what surprised everybody. That all of a sudden this kid is born with this aptitude, this desire to be a fighter. So anyway, he goes on to become an amateur fighter, and there's coaches that train him, that met him along the way, and they will explain, because we're talking about a docudrama here. We will have the reality of the story with reenactments of the story as we go, as the story develops. But some of the coaches who met him at the initial stage will confirm that once they begin to see him in the gym, this kid would come out with some technique or some boxing strategy that was very unique, and it was something that they had not taught him. And so the story, he meets a young boy, and they become friends forever. And this little boy is with him when he's training. And unfortunately, when Emmanuel gets ready for the big fight on a Saturday, he goes to visit a friend, and he has there's an incident there where he gets shot and he dies. And so from there,
now this was an accidental shooting?
Well, it's something that hasn't been really, of course the police said it was an accident, but there's a lot of people that say it wasn't an accident. But anyway, that was an issue at the beginning, and the father, who is a very conscientious man, put a stop to the conflict. It was going to erupt into a violence in the community. And at the funeral, he put a stop to it, and he said, "No, that's not the memory I want to leave back with my son. More violence." He was a boxer, but he was a very peaceful guy at the same time. So anyway, he dies,
So it's
and
tragic, very tragic.
very tragic.
tragic
And
story.
his friend, his lifelong friend, is devastated by the incident, and he gets lost for a few weeks, and finally they find him in the cemetery, and he's been there for a few days, and he has the news now that he talked to Emmanuel, and Emmanuel asked him to go and fight the fight that was pending. And everybody's like, "Wait a minute, you're not a boxer. You were in the corner, you sparred with him, but you're not a boxer." He said, "Well, that's what he told me to do, and I'm going to do that." And he went to fight the fight, and he won. He knocked out the other guy in the second round.
Wow.
And he has been fighting ever since, and he has been winning in every fight. Before the fight, he goes to the cemetery and talks to his friend. After the fight, he comes back.
And so he's still undefeated. then, right?
Undefeated
He's
to
still
this day.
undefeated.
Yeah. Yeah. Roberto Silva is undefeated. And so, but the story stops the very moment, as far as I'm concerned, the moment, that he goes and fights the first fight and wins. The story is already made there. Yeah. But, here we at TBH, we decided to take on the project because, well, first of all, it's a fascinating story. It's a current, it's even newsworthy because this guy, who knows where this guy is going to stop, with his career in boxing. But also because we see the need for Latinos to begin to do their own stories, and so this project, we are well aware that we will have obstacles, but we want to be able to produce it from the support from the community. We want to be able to involve the community at all levels as actors, as co-producers. We want to give people an opportunity to get involved with this production. And we also will we will also do the distribution. We will have a national distribution. We're already talking to different National Council of Raza and various other organizations that will set up a circulation, a distribution circulation once the film is out. So we'll have, and those are the obstacles that usually stop a producer, Latino producer. Once you produce a movie, so what are you going to do with it? You're going to put it in the closet.
So actually, well, let's talk more about the movie or the filming, Lupe. So TBH got on board with this, correct? And the I guess, what do you call it, the docudrama? Short film has been
Yes.
produced.
Yes, been produced.
It's been produced, and it is on YouTube.
YouTube. You can go to the link and you can find it on their YouTube, and it's called Emmanuel El Cabrito Zúñiga. And
Emmanuel.
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 Yeah, Emmanuel El Cabrito Zúñiga, and it's on YouTube. Anybody?
There we go. There's the poster real quick. They're showing on your screen. So that we have done well, Lupe was working on this. He did the short.
Talento Bilingüe helped us. We produced what you will see as you could described as a trailer for the series, and it also has inspired so many people. That I think we have something like 1,500 views sent without promotion, and so TBH decided that. A committee first looked at it and recommended to TBH that we submit it to the Imagen Awards. So TBH is going to sponsor it. We're going to be sending it next week to the Imagen Awards that will happen in October, and we're hoping that it will, that will be selected. But also, I think this is I'm very proud of TBH taking on this project because. Like I said before, it's going to involve, that's what it takes, for Latinos to write our own stories, produce our own story, and set up our own distribution. Because, other than that, believe me, I've tried it before. It's very difficult for Latinos to produce. You can produce a movie, but distribution, they're going to block you. You know, there's a control on distribution. And if TBH opens this new structure for future Latino filmmakers so we can have a national distribution, that by itself is worth it, you know, that by itself is worth it.
Yeah.
We're also going to participate in the CineFest. We will be on the second day there participating. We're very proud of that because it's going to be at TBH, and Maria is the coordinator. And what else are you doing with the film?
Well, the CineFest will run May 4th, Wednesday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and May 7th. 7th, we will be having Jorge Moreno there.
May 6th.
May 6th? Yeah, May 6th, sorry.
You forgot 6th.
Yeah, 4th, 5th, and 6th. That's right.
Let me just say
So-
something else on the concept of filmmaking and Latinos doing their own stories. I'm going to share an anecdote here about when I was a kid. I used to love movies, and I asked my dad. We were picking cotton in West Texas, and I asked my dad. I begged him actually to go see a movie on Saturday. It was Tarzan, the movie about Tarzan.
Yeah.
And he said, "If you pick so many pounds, we'll go." And I did. So you know, we on Saturday we went to see the movie Tarzan. We watched the movie, and on the way back home, I was thinking about it, and I said, "Dad, how is it that one man, this pale man, has so much control and so much domain over the animals? How is that one man can control a tiger and an elephant?" And my dad snapped right away, came back with an answer. He said, "Son, when the animals learn to do movies, they will be the good guys." So I'm not comparing Latinos to animals, but that's exactly what we need to do. You know, we've been the bad guys. First of all, we're not on film. We're not on television as we should be based on our numbers that we have today in the population of Latinos. But when we do, when it never happens because it's not our story. So, you know, there's a lot of producers out there that are being Latinos right now, and their movies may not be the quality they will want to see them, but at least they're trying, and I give them everybody credit for we need to do and produce our stories.
You know, just let me give a shout out to and some props to the cameraman. The cameraman and kind of director was Boris Zarate, right?
Boris is you know, a lot of people will hear about this man. He has come in to join us at TBH. This is a guy that should be and has been offered daily, you know, at least for the last 2 weeks, I know that he's got an offer from CNN to go to Atlanta and work for CNN. He decided, as a camera producer, in fact, you know, editor and filming, and he decided to stick with us, TBH. You know, we gave him an offer he couldn't refuse.
All the Doña Maria you wanted.
We work for food. We work for food. Yes, we do.
Yeah, you know, I've noticed. You know, I know Boris has been around TBH for probably right after right before the New Year, and very talented young man.
You will see a lot of his work in the future, but for now he's committed to this production, and you know, with him on our team, we can guarantee the Latino community that we will have a very high quality film here.
Yeah. You know,
I don't want to produce anything. I don't want to give anybody a reason to say, well, see, we give them an opportunity and look at what the, you know, look at the quality. Yeah. You will be proud of this film.
You know, I know in the trailer that you made, Lupe, and how long is the trailer?
It's only about 8 minutes.
About 8 minutes long, so it's a good link. Kind of tells you the whole story.
Well, see, Javier, here's something I have to acknowledge in the support of TBH, because you know, it's one thing for us to go and try to get sponsors and say, we have an idea for a movie. And, you know, who doesn't have an idea for a movie? Yeah. You sit in any taqueria, everybody has an idea for a movie. But it's different when you have an 8-minute, you know, part of the product, and you say, this is what we're talking about. Then it opens doors. Then people say,
it starts
okay.
the conversation.
Exactly. Now we know what you're talking about.
And just the trailer itself, I'm excited to see what happens. What, you know, where's the next one? We're waiting. We're anticipating. You know, how does this movie continue? How does it end? Where does it end? And actually, we
Well,
won't give it in, but you know.
I'm the writer, and I don't even know.
That's what it's supposed to be.
That's the way it's supposed to be. Exactly.
I tell you, Jeff. So how do you what do you think of TBH getting in the movie business?
Well, there's money to be made there. As long as we get some money, we're good. At least we make money on the popcorn.
Yeah,
I heard y'all make some mean popcorn.
yeah. I tell
No,
you, Pat's,
we're very proud and thankful to Jesse, you know, being on the board. He is an individual who understands the artist. You know, I can't think of a better person to be on that board and have that kind of decision making and support, you know, from Jesse, who's been around. He's seen it all, man. This guy has seen it all.
Absolutely. He's been a proponent of the Latino community for probably longer than he wants to admit.
Thank you, Lupe. Appreciate the compliment.
No way. Who was to say that I think we met what was it, in the early 80s, right?
Right, KPFT.
KPFT, he had a radio program. I had one, and you know, he was a young kid. He was young. He's way younger than I am.
Did he have a mullet? He had a mullet, didn't he? He had a sweet mullet. I remember that, yeah.
We met there. We became good friends. Who was to say that 30-something years later we would be, you know, working together again? And I'm delighted when I heard that he's part of the board. I came into the board. I said, well, okay, you know, it's coming together. The team is coming together. Somebody that understands art, that understands not only the art, but the history of art, you know, in Latinos in the city. That's very important for people to know, you know, to understand, so that you can have that compassion that for the artists, you know, because everybody wants this, but free. Can you come and play? Can you come and dance?
You know what?
Wait a minute,
Oh,
brother.
that's my lead way. By the way, we do need volunteers at
There we go.
TBH. So please.
I tell you, Lupa, that is so true. Normally, everybody wants artists, but they all want to play for free.
They think we do it for fun, you know. Hey, can you come and do a skit? Sure. You know, we don't have any money for you. We paid the janitor and everybody else, but we don't have any money for you. But can you come?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, we don't know how to say no, or can you pay me?
You know, being at TBH, I get requests from some pretty big corporations. They want ballet folklorico, they want mariachis, but they want them for free.
I can't believe
I said,
that.
I can't believe this,
cannot
guys.
believe this.
I mean, you know, hey, you know, ExxonMobil and Shell, I said, you give me free gas? You don't know?
Mochate.
Mochate.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
San Antonio, mochate.
So, you know what, Lupa, that's great. And that's going to be featured at the
Cinefest.
On which day will it be?
It'll be on Cinco de Mayo.
On Cinco de Mayo
On
itself,
Cinco de
okay?
Mayo.
So let me
Yes,
throw a pitch to the business person out there. This is a great opportunity for you to come and support this project. You know, what we'll do is we will have different ways to advertise your business. You know, whether it be in the credits. We can even film on location.
On site.
Product placement, that's what we say.
That's the name of the game these days.
Product placement, and so this is a great opportunity for you to come in and be part of Talento Bilingüe and the arts, Latino arts. So I'm opening that possibility. I'm talking to a different business in the community, and so you know, we will have a premiere. Every time one of the episodes is filmed, we will have the premiere at TBH, and this will be a red carpet situation where they can come in and get acknowledged and get the recognition that they deserve for, you know, supporting us.
Lupe, tell us about some of the young actors that you have that casted already for this.
Well, you know,
great talent
it's
you're
incredible.
seeing or finding or discovering.
Yeah, it's that's another area that I'm looking forward to, because what happens in this project, we're talking about Douglas, you know, we mentioned him earlier.
Douglas Terrell.
Douglas Terrell. You know, I was filming a series way back. I think he was 17 years old. And I needed somebody that looked like a criminal. And I spotted him and I said, can you play the guy that goes into a store with a gun? And he played in one of my
Wow,
films, you know.
way back.
And yeah, way back. And so that's the beauty of this production, where we open it up, you know, for young people. Hey, I want to be in it. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
And Lupe, you already have, we've already scheduled something that you're going to film at the end of this month, but I don't know if you want to disclose that that location because, you know, then you'll have everybody showing up. But
Everyone's been show business.
everybody wants to be in the show.
No, Larry Hernandez is one of our sponsors, and he's holding. He will have an event this 26th, right? The 26th of this month. We will be filming part of his interview because he is the trainer who helped this Emmanuel become a professional, Larry Hernandez. And so now he does fundraising. They're called the Borrachos. What?
Los Borracho Cookers.
They're the Borracho Cookers. I'm the Borracho, period. And so we will be there filming and supporting him while he then, the next event will come in and support us, do fundraising for us. So that's something that, works in a different ways. He support us, we support him. He is a vital, very important character in the film. So that's how we cooperate with each other. But yes, that's something that will be going on in TBH for the next year. We will be filming this series.
So at least 80%,
one more thing.
Lupe,
Pastor
80% of the filming will be here in Houston.
Yeah, 80%, yes. One of the best agents, and this is a free commercial for them, talent agencies in town is Pastorini and Busby. And they saw us probably on Facebook, I don't know where they saw it. Immediately called me and they said, we want to work with you, we want to bring you whatever you need as far as talent. So they will be visiting with us Wednesday here at TBH.
Oh, that's great, Lupe.
One of the best talent agencies in the United States, and I'll say that because I work as an actor under them. Every time that I showed up, being represented by Pastorini and Busby, the doors are open because they're very good. One of the best.
Well, Lupe, if they need the young, handsome Latino ranch owner that
they
shows
got
up on his horse without a shirt, I'm ready.
You got it,
Ready.
brother.
He's already playing that.
Yeah, so they will be here Wednesday to, we're going to give them.
Pastorini and Busby, that Dan Pastorini?
Yeah, the guy that used to play
football.
Yeah, football.
Yeah, well, that's amazing.
But that's been here for 20, 30 years, man, the agencies, But they're great agents, they're very professional, and they call me right away and say, we want to go visit you at TBA. I said, let's set it up. And so they'll be with us. Hopefully you'll be there too.
Yeah, you know what, Douglas said that. He was telling me and Javier that we at TBH, that what's really popular in New York City is getting casting directors to come out and meet the kids and tell and let them pay $5, $10, $20, sit down and tell them what they're looking for, what they need to do,
Exactly.
get their photos done, to get their bios done and put their credits and how to do it and how to be available and to teach them and the fact they get to shake a hand with a casting director because you never know what movie or commercial they could be in.
Yeah.
So we need to maybe make that work together.
A little workshop.
No,
Workshop.
they said, Lupe, we know that the Talento Bilingual, you have a lot of talent, and we want to be there, to represent them. And so
What's the date so we can put that out for everybody?
they're coming Wednesday. This
Well,
Wednesday.
that's to discuss a couple of.
But you know what? We're going to
action
do that
items.
casting thing, Jess.
Good.
I think we're gonna.
And then
have that
we'll
little
we'll
casting
post it on TBH's website and
email. Good. Facebook.
to get auditions in and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so that we may find your next superstar.
Yeah. I don't doubt that. There's a couple of people in Hollywood right now. I don't remember their names that started out with us, and they're over there now.
But you know what? Why don't we? We're gonna try to get Jorge Moreno on the line. Why don't we take a quick break and let's give him a call, see if we can get a hold of him.
Okay.
Okay. Can you help me on that? We'll be back in a couple of minutes. And we're back. We're back on Latino Talk TV. And I'm yelling. I'm sorry. They're telling me I'm yelling, folks. I'm sorry. I'm just loud.
He's
just,
excited.
We're excited. All
We
these
got,
new
we got a Hollywood
projects.
celebrity on the line.
Man, I tell you, I think we were able to get Jorge Moreno. Is he on the line?
I'm here.
Hey, Jorge. There you
Hey,
go.
what's up, guys?
Hey, man,
What's
it's good.
going on?
It's good for you to call in.
Thank you.
Okay, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Jorge, we're talking about the Cena Fest Film and Music Festival, and we're telling everybody how you're going to be a guest.
You're going to be closing the show.
Yes.
We're gonna have a 3-day film festival, and you're closing the show that evening. We're starting out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You come in. We're gonna be having a folklorico group, mariachi group, and then we're gonna be doing a show and dance with Jorge Moreno.
Jorge, you there?
Right, I'm excited, guys. I got a great lineup for all you, for all those that have never seen me live. I have a mixture of Tex-Mex and country music, both in Spanish and English. We're very excited to be down in the area of Houston. It's not our first time performing there, but it is our first time doing something with the Cultural Arts Center, and we're really appreciative that they're having us there this year.
Hey, Jorge, it's going to be great having you here in Houston. You know, I was telling everybody how pretty you are, and I said there are so few of us. You know.
Hey, some of the ladies are asking if you're going to be wearing those tight Wranglers you wear all the time.
For the meet and greet.
Hey, you know, I clean up a little bit. I will give you that. That's right.
Sounds good. Jorge, one more time, tell us how people can find out more about you. Where can they go?
You can go to Jorge Moreno Country on Facebook.com. You can also go to my Instagram, Jorge Moreno Live. You can also go on Twitter, Jorge Moreno Live, or you can go to my actual website, www.jorge-moreno.com. All my .com if you want to listen to it. I also have it listed on iTunes, Amazon, Rhapsody, Spotify, and I will have, at the time that I perform, I will be having and signing autographs for everybody out there.
Sounds good. Thank you, Jorge.
Hey, Jorge, man, why don't you give us a quick a cappella? You know, what's the one song you sing in Spanish?
Luz de Luna.
Yeah, Luz de la Luna.
Cuando baja el sol, esta soledad regresa otra vez a mi vida, pintando mi mundo triste. En una cantina tengo mi lugar, una mesa para dos, en un rincón donde paso pensando que te perdí. Las noches paso aquí, en este rincón, bajo la luz de la luna.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go, man. There you go.
Sounding good. Sounding great.
He even sounds better in person, folks. He sounds even better in person. Jorge, we can't wait for you to get to Houston, man. We're really gonna put the put the light fantastic for you, man. We're expecting a great show.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, Jorge.
Well, plenty of Coors Light for you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Jorge, thank you so much.
Okay.
So, folks, that's going to be May 6th, not the Cinco de Mayo. It's Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Celebration.
But the actual Jorge Moreno, we will have the film festival going on the 4th and 5th. Jorge Moreno on the 6th at TB. All of this at TBH. And we're going to christen our new dance floor, Jess. I hadn't even mentioned that.
Yeah.
We put in a new dance floor at TBH, and it's going to be the first time that we're going to be able to use it with Jorge. So it's a limited number of tickets. It'll only seat about 250 people.
Right.
Maybe a few more than that. But so, folks, get your tickets early. You can go online to www.tbhcenter.org and buy your tickets early for that.
Or you can come by the TBH Center and Art or Maria will take care of you and then buy your tickets there.
Or call us by phone. We could do it by credit card.
VIP front row tickets. We're going to have those a little bit more, but Hey, we're gonna have a really reasonable rate for everybody and everything. So we're getting that set up online right now. Maria's taking care of that. So I want everybody definitely to, get online and push it. Tell everybody it's a show for everybody, for all family members, the young and the old. Right up here.
I tell you, it's going to be a great show. We're looking forward to it. Folks, it looks like we've come up to the end. It was a great hour. I'd like to thank my guests again, Mr. Lupe Cáceres, Miss Maria Lucy Garcia, and my guest host, Mr. Jumpin' Jess. Always good to have
Partner
you.
in crime.
Oh, the play to play, baby. Play to play. But folks, thank you so much for being here. Tune in next week. You're gonna have a great show. Rafael Acosta versus Donald Trump. And we will see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Javier.
Sigue la onda.